Now you want to start? I'll start. Okay, let me start. So, two things. Devashish and Gargi join me. India has redefined test match batting and has given this match some interest because clearly, with 2 days washed out, this test match was going to a very dull kind of ending. At this point in time, there is that 5% chance that there is a Bangladesh collapse tomorrow for 150 runs by T. And then India comes back and finishes the game off in 2 hours or 2.5 hours. If you see the way Rohit Sharma called his players back, clearly there was intent. And the way India batted, they have added or injected a lot of energy into this game. Number one, which I will talk to Gargi and Devashish. Where is Shomik? Where is our person on ground? Check where is our person
He
on
hasn't
ground.
joined yet.
We'll have to get Shomik. Number two is the sacking of Carl's Cuadrat, which is already being talked about widely in various circles. Again, a story that we put out this morning after we got a corroboration. I mean, I know some fan groups were talking about it from last night, but fan groups are not a reliable source to put out a story like this. So the moment you get an official kind of confirmation, you put out a story. Let me start with that before I sort of, we dive into cricket with Shomik joining and we can go to Gargi on that. Devashish, first thoughts. Is it fair on Carl's Cuadrat? Do you agree with this sacking? Or you think it is premature and it has been done more because of the pressure from the fans? Devashish Sen, ki mone hoy?
See,
Yeah, Devashish? Devashish's internet is not working.
Boriada, it was on the expected. Boriada, it
Yeah.
was on the expected lines because, say, for a trophy-oriented club like East Bengal, you
Yeah, now it is working.
am I audible?
You are, but there is a lag.
So
There's a
what I
big
was trying to say that it was the writing was on the wall. Means obviously with the performance of East Bengal club in recent times, losing 5 matches, which has never happened.
So Devashish's internet is not working. So the point that he was trying to make is pretty serious, that the writing was on the wall. I also agree. I kind of think that it is a bit premature. I kind of think that the coach should have been given more time. So you are basically sacking a coach within 1 month of the ISL after 3 games.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Devashish, yes, if you are back, if you can hear me, continue.
Yeah, yeah, Boriada. Obviously, it was on the expected line. The writing was on the wall. Means as when East Bengal lost 5 of the recent matches, there were too much pressure, and it is understandable for a trophy-oriented club like East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, which are predominantly supporters-based club. So it means obviously, and there was a growing concern about the manner in which Carlos Cuadrat have been coaching. Some of his strategy we were much talked about, but no one actually thought that it will be so premature. Obviously, 3 matches into the season, and he all of a sudden decided to quit. Means obviously he was not sacked. It was Carlos Cuadrat who has decided to resign. So I am in fact right now at the East Bengal club, and obviously the club supremo Devabroto Sarkar, he was at the club, and there were quite a few media here, and they were trying to get an official version what exactly transpired, so that Carlos Cuadrat has to resign. But he actually did not. He was not willing to speak to the media. But all he said that we would rather hope that the appointment of Vino George as the interim coach will we can make a comeback, and obviously that is what the East Bengal supporters are hoping. And the good thing to have happened, Boriada, immediately you can see actually there's an urge. Means obviously Hira Mondol has joined the training session today. Monotos Chaklada, the defender, has also joined the training session today. So obviously, Bino George, one can admit that Bino George will give opportunities to many Indian players, which was means which have been part of the successful Kolkata League team, So most of these players will get an opportunity, having, as Bino George has seen them play for quite some time. So someone like a Jasin or a Vishnu or a Shayan Banerjee or a Tanmay Ghosh, and now that Hira Mondol has joined, so you can actually see a lot of Indian players getting an opportunity. So let's hope that it will bring about a change in East Bengal's fortune, but it will be really, really challenging and tough.
See, the point is, Devashish, before I go to
Gargi.
Gargi on this as well, or Shomik will also join. However much you say that Cuadrat resigned, it is a sacking. Why should Cuadrat resign? Devashish's internet is kind of fluctuating today, but the truth is, yes, you are giving him an honorable exit. That's what it is. It is an honorable exit where you are getting the coach to say that fair enough, I am the one who is resigning, rather than the club saying that the coach was sacked. uh, the point that we are asking on this show, we know that we can get into the semantics of resignation, we can get into the semantics of the terminology that has been used here, sacking or resignation. The truth is, he has been removed. Is it fair or unfair? Gargi, your thoughts on that? This guy did not even get more than 1 month into the ISL.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And from someone who doesn't watch a lot of cricket, who doesn't watch a lot of football, it's still baffling to me, because to hear that Carles Cuadrat has resigned. I mean, I'm still taking it as a sacking, because nobody resigns after 3 or 4 matches that he's got, and he was just appointed last season. So it's quite interesting to see what has transpired. And uh, again, I would say that this was a sacking. He was, told that maybe you should resign before we don't want to terminate you, so it's better that you resign yourself. I think something like that has happened. But even as someone who's watching from the outside and trying to observe all that's happening, it's still baffling that Carlos Cuadrat had to do this so early on. And Boria, I'm trying to understand how they understood how he works, or how his coaching works in just a few games, or decided that he was unsuccessful or would not be the right fit. How did they come to that decision? I'm not understanding so quickly.
About a year back, when he won the Super Cup, he was a messiah. Within 1 year, he is good for nothing. That is the exact kind of fan culture or the pressure that these clubs face. And the three, I've written a piece for tomorrow. There are 2 points here. One, pressure from fans. Two, pressure from the investor. East Bengal has put in a lot of money this year to get in a number of decent players. Now my point is, Carl Cuadrat did not even know whether he has his defender there. Look at the Anwar Ali saga. Carl Cuadrat, or nobody for that matter, had a clue if Anwar is going to be available or not available. At no point, I mean, one game he's available, next day is the hearing. You expect them to get their defense line ready with such a situation? Do you expect anyone? So the point is, at no point did Cuadrat have the time to even get his defense right.
Yeah.
If we see the Anwar Ali saga. Number two, if he did not, and half his players, Diaman Taka, Sol Crespo, XY, all of them were injured. All of them were injured. So to sack him basis 3 games, when he was the one who has given East Bengal the Super Cup, given them some decent performances in the last year, is it premature? Or will the club get better results from Bino George? If it was Bino George and you want to go to somebody like Bino George, then why Cuadrat? If you want to say someone who knows domestic football, you could have gone to domestic football from the very outset. Is this a change of mentality, or is it a forced one? Shomik Chakraborty, you follow football as well. I know you are covering cricket at the moment, but your thoughts on the Cuadrat removal?
See, I unfortunately that in clubs like Pakistan and East Bengal, you matches
Shomik, we can't hear a
be
word.
nice.
We can't hear a word. We can't hear a word. This has to get sorted.
Yeah,
We can't hear a word.
I, no. I mean, this is out of my control. Given that, yeah, I mean, mobile data not working. Wi-Fi not working. I have even come outside the stadium.
তুমি আরেকটু দূরে যাও. Let's see if you can just walk a little bit away by that time and try and join again. Yeah, this is a problem. So I'm not blaming you. All I'm saying is that শোনা যাচ্ছে না. So আরেকটু দূরে যাও.
Exactly. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
No, not really. Your photo,
Okay.
your picture is blurred. Your voice is garbled. No, not really.
Yeah, it is an internet problem. So I'm trying to sort it out. I'm trying to sort it out.
Now we can hear
I'm
you.
you can hear me now, right? So coming back to Carlos Cuadrat, see, that's the
No.
Bagan and East Bengal. If you lose 3 matches on the spin, you would be skating on thin ice. Patience are at a premium. Patience in football, that's football culture, and this is not only Mohun Bagan or East Bengal's problem. This is football's problem, and it happens in the world. As you rightly said, just a year ago he was a messiah winning the Super Cup. Now he was not. He signed new players, and he was not given time to work with those new players, which is very, very unfair. But then again, that's the nature of the beast. I don't know whether next comes, you will not want. It's I.
Shobik, we can't hear you. No, this Shobik, we can't hear you. I'm sorry, this we can't hear you at all.
Okay.
There is an internet issue there. So I was trying to understand what Shomik was saying, but I think the internet problem is a serious one. Shomik, you try and either walk away from the proximity of the stadium to some place where it is decent, because otherwise there's no point. Your photograph is also blurred.
I have to attend
the press conference.
Press conference. Okay.
Yeah, go.
Thank you.
See, Gargi, my point is very clear. My point is, this is kind of a knee-jerk reaction based on 2 things. One, possible investor pressure, possible pressure from fans. The pressure from fans is already there, and it is perceptible. Because of this pressure, someone had to pay the price, and it was the coach. The Anwar Ali saga is so silly. At no point did Cuadrat even know. And by the way, whoever gets the coaching job, Bino George now, he also doesn't know whether he will have Anwar Ali in the foreseeable future. He doesn't know. Because the hearing is on the 14th. Is he going to be banned? Possibly yes. If he is banned, then the defense line doesn't have Anwar. So you have played him for 3 games. After that, you will not have Anwar. How do you expect a coach to function with so much uncertainty? Number 2, you have lost 3 games. Last year, only Chennai lost a number of them and came back. We have seen umpteenth instances in football and sport where a team has lost, started badly and have come back. In our football, Mohun Bagan supporters are saying Molina sack. East Bengal supporters are saying Cuadrat sack. Now, does Bino George have that kind of coaching potential to be able to take charge of this team? We will see. But if that was the case, that you wanted to get an Indian guy or a Bino George kind of guy, then there was no need for Cuadrat in the first place. So in our football, these are reactions that are kind of, you have to please people, the fans. You have to show that the management is under pressure. Everyone can understand that. So I think this is unfortunate. I think at the start of the season, the guy did not even get a full month. 3 games and he was like gone, snap. And that too, I mean, what do I say? Half your players are injured.
Yeah.
Half your players are injured. Your defense line doesn't even have your main guy who's mentally all screwed up because of the case that is going on. It is sad. Devashish Sen, Banglaয় যদি তোমায় আমি জিজ্ঞেস করি, আমার মনে হয় this is a sad state of affairs for our football. ফ্যানদের প্রেসার, ইনভেস্টরদের প্রেসার, সব মিলিয়ে কোয়াড্রাটের স্যাকিংটা হলো। 3টে খেলা এখন অবধি হয়েছে, তাকে আমরা আনওয়ার আলী খেলবে কি না খেলবে এটা তিনি এখনো জানেন না। অর্থাৎ তার ডিফেন্স রেডি করার কোনো জায়গাতেই তিনি ছিলেন না। ডিয়ামান্টাকস, সল ক্রেসপোর মতন প্লেয়াররা হয় ডেঙ্গি, না হলে ইনজুরি। সেখানে কোয়াড্রাটকে বলি করে দেওয়া হলো, মোহনবাগান মলিনাকে করতে পারে। ওয়ের ইজ দিস গোয়িং? এটার এন্ড রেজাল্টটা কি? আর যদি বিনো জর্জকেই দেয়ার বা কোনো একটা ভারতীয় কোচকে দেওয়ার তো আগেই দিতে পারতে, তাহলে তো সে ভারতীয় ফুটবলারকে আগে চেনে, সেটা তো সবাই জানে। তাহলে হঠাৎ করে এখন বলার কি আছে? ইয়োর থটস দেবাশিস সেন।
অ্যাবসলিউটলি বড়িয়া দা। এবং তুমি তুমি যদি বিনো জর্জের দিকটা দেখো, যে ইট অলসো ওর ক্ষেত্রেও কিন্তু প্রেশারটা অপরিসীম। মানে হঠাৎ করে একটা 3টে ম্যাচ হতেই একটা বিনো জর্জকে অ্যাপয়েন্ট করে দেওয়া হলো, যিনি সহকারী ছিলেন, তিনি এখন তিনি সেকেন্ড কলকাতা লিগের দলটার কোচ ছিলেন, তাকে কোচ করে দেওয়া হলো, ইন্টারিম কোচ যদিও। কিন্তু কি পরিমাণ প্রেশার তার উপরেও থাকবে, কেননা ইমিডিয়েটলি সাপোর্টাররা চাইবে যে রেজাল্ট চাইবে, কিন্তু তার হাতে কিন্তু সেই সময়টাও নেই। আজকে যেটা তুমি বললে, যে কারণে কার্লোস কোয়াড্রাটকে ছেটে দিল, সত্যিকারে যদি আমরা কার্লোস কোয়াড্রাটের দিকটা ভাবি, তিনি কি প্রথম একাদশের পুরো ফিট প্লেয়ার পেয়েছিলেন? এখন এখন হয়তো তর্কের খাতিরে যেটা কার্লোস কোয়াড্রাটের বিরুদ্ধে যেটা যাচ্ছে, সেটা হলো তিনি হঠাৎ করে কেন একজন ফিজিক্যাল ট্রেনার স্পেন থেকে আনলেন, এবং ইস্টবেঙ্গল কিন্তু ট্রেনিং শুরু করে দিয়েছিল অন্তত 2 মাস আগের থেকে। তাহলে এত ইনজুরি প্রোন, এত ফিটনেসের সমস্যা কেন হলো? এটা ডেফিনেটলি কার্লোস কোয়াড্রাট নিজে কে প্রশ্ন রাখাই যেতে পারে। কিন্তু অ্যাজ ফার অ্যাজ দ্য টিম ইজ কনসার্ন, এই যে এতগুলো প্লেয়ারের ইনজুরি, তিনি তো নিজে প্রথম একাদশের পুরো ফিট প্লেয়ার পানিনি একটা ম্যাচে। সুতরাং আননেসেসারিলি এনাকে স্কেপগোট করা হলো। আমি বলবো যে এনাকে, কার্লোস কোয়াড্রাটকে স্কেপগোট করা হলো, কেননা 3টে ম্যাচ হারা। এবং অবশ্যই একটা প্রশ্ন যেটা সমর্থকরা করছে, বা যেটা মিডিয়া থেকেও একটা করা হচ্ছে, যেটা ক্লাব অফিসিয়ালদেরও কেউ কেউ মনে করছেন, যে তার স্ট্র্যাটেজি, যে তার সাইড ব্যাক খেলানোর নিয়ে প্রশ্ন। তিনি কিছু কিছু প্লেয়ারকে, যেমন প্রফ সুকান গিল, তাকে কিন্তু এখনো খেলালেন না বা ট্রাই করলেন না, কিন্তু তাকে প্র্যাকটিসে দেখা গেছে দীর্ঘদিন তাকে প্র্যাকটিস করাতে। সুতরাং তার কিছু কিছু স্ট্র্যাটেজি নিয়ে কিন্তু প্রশ্ন উঠবেই। কিন্তু আউটরাইটলি কার্লোস কোয়াড্রাটের উপরে পুরো দায়ভার চাপিয়ে দিয়ে তাকে ছেটে ফেলা, ইট ইজ আনকল্ড ফর। এবং আমি মনে করি এখানে তিনি বলির পাঠা হলেন, এবং যার জন্য তাকে সরে যেতে বাধ্য করা হলো। হ্যাঁ, ট্রফি ওরিয়েন্টেড ক্লাব লাইক ইস্টবেঙ্গল, মোহনবাগান, প্রেশার থাকবেই, কিন্তু তোমাকে ইস্টবেঙ্গলের দিকটাও, কোচের দিকটাও ভাবতে হবে, কার্লোস কোয়াড্রাটের দিকটাও ভাবতে হবে। তিনি তো পুরো টিমটা পাননি, যে একটা ফিট যে প্লেইং 11 পাননি, প্রতিটা ম্যাচেই পাননি। কোনো সময় কোনো সময় কেউ না কেউ ইঞ্জুরি হয়েছে, দিয়ামান্তাকসের ফর্ম হারানো, যে প্লেয়ারটাকে গত মরশুমে যে সর্বোচ্চ গোলদাতা হলো, তার হঠাৎ করে ফর্ম হারানো, হিজাজি মাহের, হি লুক আউট অফ কালার। তো এত কিছু যদি সমস্যা হয়, তাহলে কোচ কি করবে? এবং যে কোচই আসুক আগামী দিনে ইস্টবেঙ্গল ক্লাবে, যে কোচই আসুক, ইট উইল বি আ রিয়েল টাফ চ্যালেঞ্জ এই দলটাকে আবার ট্র্যাকে ফেরানো।
Some important, very, very critical points made by Devashish Sen. By the way, breaking news that we are getting right now is Mohun Bagan is unlikely to travel, as the Ministry of External Affairs have not got back to the AIFF. So Mohun Bagan was waiting for a directive from AIFF. At this point in time, the Ministry of External Affairs has not given a green light or any kind of reaction basis which Mohun Bagan can travel. So Mohun Bagan is unlikely to go to Iran, is what we are getting right now from our sources. So Mohun Bagan যাবে না, or যাবার দিকে যাচ্ছে না, কারণ AIFF এর কাছ থেকে, এক্সটার্নাল অ্যাফেয়ার্স মিনিস্ট্রির দিক থেকে কিচ্ছু এখনো তারা শোনেনি, যে কারণে এই মুহূর্তে দাঁড়িয়ে 5:20 PM on the 30th, Mohun Bagan is unlikely to travel to Iran. They were waiting for a further clarification today, failing which I don't think Mohun Bagan is traveling, is what our sources within the club are telling us. So that's the breaking news that we can possibly give you. So rounding off on Carlos Cuadrat before Gargi takes over the cricket. Point 1. This is a result of pressure from fan groups who want immediate result and investors because the management have to show results after having spent a lot of money on players. Number 2, at no point did Cuadrat get a clear-cut defense line. He had no idea to know whether Anwar Ali will be there or not there. So to blame Cuadrat is not fair. Number 3, as Devashish Sen said, Rohan has also joined us, so we will get his updates as well. Number 3, I don't think Carl's Cuadrat ever got a full squad. Half the players were continuously injured. So to blame a coach and sack a coach and think that overnight results will become better, Bino George এসে ম্যাজিক করবেন, হবে না। বিনো জর্জ যদি পরের 3টে খেলা না ঠিক করতে পারেন তাহলে কি হবে? বিনো জর্জকেও স্যাক করে দেওয়া হবে। মলিনা যদি পরের 3টে খেলা না করতে পারেন তাহলে কি মোহনবাগান মলিনাকে স্যাক করে দেবে? এইটা কোথায় যাচ্ছে? এই কালচারটা কোথায় যাচ্ছে? রোহন, আইল টেক ইউর কুইক কমেন্ট বিফোর উই মুভ টু ক্রিকেট থটস।
আজকে প্রচুর ফ্যান্স আছে, মেনি ফ্যান্স এখানে এসেছেন নতুন কোচের খেলা দেখার জন্য, নতুন কোচের আন্ডারে কিরকম খেলছে। বিনোদন আছে। দ্য বিগেস্ট আপডেট ইজ হীরা মন্ডল, যেটা আমরা সকাল থেকে বলছিলাম হীরা মন্ডল হয়তো টিমে আসবে। সো হি ইজ দেয়ার, হীরা মন্ডল ইজ দেয়ার। সো দ্য স্পেকুলেশন নাও ইজ দ্যাট হীরা যেহেতু কোচের খুব প্রিয় একটা প্লেয়ার, বিকজ সিএফএল এর রেগুলার ম্যাচ খেলেছে, সো নাও মার্ক জোথানকুইয়া মাইট হ্যাভ টু work hard to retain his position in the team. So ওটা একটা হতে পারে। আজকে হীরা খেলছে, শুরু থেকে খেলছে। এই মুহূর্তে there is a passing training going on. So 4টে টিম, ছোট জায়গার মধ্যে 4টে টিম করে একসাথে পাস করছে, নো গোলস, এন্ড গোলকিপার আলাদা প্র্যাকটিস করছে। বাট বিনো জর্জ অ্যাজ দ্য ইন্টারিম হেড কোচ তো রয়েছে, বাট কার্লাসের সাথে যারা যারা সহকারী কোচ ছিল এন্ড অল, সেই পুরো টিমটাই রয়েছে। সো দ্য নেক্সট আপডেট ইজ নতুন টিম, নতুন কোচ আসলে কি সেই টিমটাই থাকবে না নতুন টিম আসবে, সেটা একটা ব্যাপার। আমি কিছু অফিসিয়ালস ঢুকছে এখন আস্তে আস্তে। বাট আজকে যেটা আমি নতুন দেখলাম যে আজকে প্রচুর দর্শক এসছে শুরু থেকেই। হয়তো আজকে একটা আলাদা উত্তেজনা ছিল যে নতুন কোচের আন্ডারে কিরকম প্র্যাকটিস হচ্ছে সেটা দেখার জন্য। সো দ্যাটস দ্য আপডেট। এন্ড বাকি অন্যান্য দিন যা প্র্যাকটিস করে সেটাই
রোহান, 1 সেকেন্ড। বিনো জর্জ কোনো পেডিগ্রি নেই, এমন কোন যে জাদু কাঠি তার কাছে থাকবে কেউ আশাও করছে না। হঠাৎ বিনো জর্জ দিয়ে এত লাফালাফি করার উদ্দেশ্যটা কি? দুটো ম্যাচ পরে বিনো জর্জ কি না উনি পারেন,
যেটা
আসবে।
এক্স্যাক্টলি দা অনলি কথা যেটা হচ্ছে, যেটা সমর্থকদের মধ্যে শোনা যাচ্ছিল, দ্য পারফরমেন্স ইন ক্যালকাটা ফুটবল লিগ। বাট যেটা এরা বুঝতে পারছে না অনেক সমর্থকই, যে ক্যালকাটা ফুটবল লিগ এন্ড আইএসএল এর মধ্যে অনেকটা পার্থক্য। ডমিনেটিং ইন সিএফএল এন্ড ডমিনেটিং ইন আইএসএল এর মধ্যে অনেক পার্থক্য আছে। বিনো জর্জ অবশ্যই মানে আমাদের ইন্ডিয়ান স্টেজে যথেষ্ট নামকরা কোচ, গোকুলামকে সাকসেস দিয়েছেন কেরালা লিগে, ডুরান্ডে। বাট I don't think যে he will get a long term with East Bengal. নতুনই এখনই অলরেডি ইভান বুকোভানোভিচের কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে কানাঘুষো অনেক ফ্যান গ্রুপস থেকে, যে পরের হেড কোচ কে হতে পারে, সেটা নিয়ে কথা চলছে। বাট আজকে যেটা নতুন অ্যাডিকশন টু দ্য এতদিনের ট্রেনিং এ, যেটা হচ্ছে হীরা মন্ডলের অ্যাডিকশন, আর কিছুই না।
দেবাশিস, yes, last word.
জাস্ট একটা মোহনবাগান প্রসঙ্গে তোমাকেই আমি জাস্ট জানতে চাইবো যে যদি বড়িয়াদা, যেহেতু আমরা তুমি যেটা বললে, যেটা ব্রেক করলে যে খবরটা, যে মোহনবাগান ভেরি আনলাইকলি ইরান না যেতে পারে, যেক্ষেত্রে এখনো বিদেশ মন্ত্রক থেকে সেই গ্রিন সিগন্যাল আসেনি, কিন্তু যদি মোহনবাগান না গেল, উইল দে ফেস দ্য কনসিকুয়েন্সেস? কেননা আর্টিকেল 57 অফ এএফসি তে পরিষ্কার উল্লেখ করা আছে, ইফ আ টিম ডাজ নট পার্টিসিপেট, সেক্ষেত্রে কিন্তু এক তো ফাইন হবে, হেভি মনিটারি স্যাংশন, যেমন $10,000, এবং সাথে 3-0 ম্যাচটাকে ধরা হবে যে 3-0 ট্র্যাক্টর এফসি, এক্ষেত্রে ট্র্যাক্টর এফসি কে জয়ী ঘোষণা হবে। অন আ সিরিয়াস অফেন্স, যদি এটা আরো কঠোর যদি শাস্তি হয়, সেক্ষেত্রে মোহনবাগান উইল বি ব্যান্ড ফ্রম ফার্দার পার্টিসিপেশন ইন এএফসি টুর্নামেন্ট। সুতরাং এই দিকটাও কিন্তু ভাবতে হবে মোহনবাগানকে, যে এখানে তো মোহনবাগানের কোনো ভূমিকা নেই, মোহনবাগান হ্যাজ গট নাথিং টু ডু। সুতরাং এএফসি কে তারা মেল করেও জানিয়েছে যে, এবং গোটা বিশ্ব দেখতে পাচ্ছে যে ইরানে কি অবস্থা এখন। এই পরিস্থিতিতে ইরানে কিন্তু যাওয়ার মতন পরিস্থিতি নেই। তা সত্ত্বেও যদি এখন মোহনবাগানকে যদি শাস্তি পেতে হয়, দ্যাট উইল বি গ্রসলি আনফর্চুনেট। আমি একটু তোমার থেকে জানতে চাইবো যে আদেও কি কোনো শাস্তি পেতে পারে, বা এক্ষেত্রে মোহনবাগানের, যেমন আজকেও কিন্তু মোহনবাগান প্র্যাকটিস করলো না, যে এটা ভেবে যে তাদের কিন্তু প্রতিটা প্লেয়ারের ভিসা আছে, they had all the hotel bookings in place in Iran, but the only thing is that they did not practice is because যে কোনো সময় যদি খবরটা আসে যে they will get the green signal to travel to Iran, সুতরাং ওই একটা অপশন তারা রেখে তার জন্য কিন্তু আজকে অনুশীলন করলো না মোহনবাগান নিজেদের মাঠে। বলিদা, তোমার থেকে জানবো যে what will happen?
The news point is Mohun Bagan is unlikely to go. That is the news point. Mohun Bagan at this point in time, they are trying to speak to AIFF. In fact, people are there. AIFF has not heard back from the External Affairs Ministry. As a result, they have not got a green signal. They will not go. That is the news point. Not go money, unlikely to go. Exact words that I've got from the source. Number two, Devashish's question: what will happen? What can happen? I don't think anything will happen, because Mohun Bagan will be able to prove this was a political exigency, force majeure. As a result, they were not in a position to travel because of security and other concerns. This is not something that they voluntarily did. This is a political kind of exigency. As a result, Mohun Bagan could not travel to Iran. Will they be imposed a fine? Will they be given something? No. At least if they are able to prove, because they can take AFC to CAS. They can file a case saying we are being victimized. We are being victimized because the political situation at this point in time is not right to travel to Iran. And if I know, they will do that. That is why they will say that we have not got a clearance from our External Affairs Ministry. We had requested the political establishment of India for a green signal. There is a travel advisory issued in April that still stands. Australia has a travel advisory. We have Australian players. Portugal has a travel advisory. We have Portuguese players. We have English and Scottish players. There are travel advisories in those countries. As a result, we are not in a position to travel to Iran. There is no way you can impose any kind of fine or anything on us. That is my understanding. I'm not a lawyer. I have spoken about this to multiple people yesterday, including club management, and this is what I'm getting as far as Mohun Bagan is concerned. Okay, so this is where, Rohan, if you want to give us further updates before we move on to cricket. Bangladesh is 26 for 2 with perhaps the last over of the day on. Ashwin has picked up both wickets. There was a chance for a third, but can India pull off an unlikely win? Will be the talking point for tomorrow. But let's go to Rohan on the final comment from football before we move to cricket for the next 10 or 15 minutes of the show. Yes, Rohan.
Nothing much more to add. যেটা আমি বললাম তার থেকে বেশি এই মুহূর্তে কিছু অ্যাড করার নেই, বিকজ দ্য প্র্যাকটিস ইজ স্টিল অন। সো এখন 1 ঘন্টা প্র্যাকটিস হবে, এন্ড ওয়ান্স ইট ইজ ডান আমরা একটা নিউজ ফাইল করব ফর দ্য চ্যানেল। সেখানে আমরা ডিটেইলড আজকে কি কি হলো এন্ড উইথ এভরি আপডেটস আমরা দেবো। সো as of now, nothing new to add. Only Hira Mondal is practicing and tactical training চলছে, মানে ড্যাশ চলছে। That's all. But once the practice is over, আমরা একটা detailed video করব।
Okay, so that's the update. And by the way, Mohun Bagan will also say আমরা visa করিয়েছিলাম. So it is clearly a sign of intent that we had gotten the visas of our players done. If we did not want to travel to Iran, we would not have got the visas done. So they have the visas. They will claim that we got the visas done and then we could not take the risk of sending our players because of dangerous security issues or security concerns, which makes Iran politically difficult to travel at this point in time. That's what we understand. Rohan, thanks for joining. Devashish and Gargi, over to you to take the cricket bit.
I mean, what do we say? Like we said in the beginning, India has redefined test match batting completely in this game, and now seeing that 2 wickets have already been taken, I think India are heading for a win at this point, because India are far too dominant and far too strong to not win at this point. But Devashish, if I were to ask you, let's start with the very first batter, Yashasvi Jaiswal. I think he's one of the biggest stars, future stars, and the way that he's redefining Test cricket, I think that's the most interesting part about his batting. He bats the same way in ODIs, in T20s, and Test cricket. What do you say?
Devashish, thoughts? Can India win? Simple question to you both. Can India win is the question that I'm asking. Both you and Gargi. Devashish, you go first. Can India win this?
Obviously, obviously, I in fact, in our pre-show, in our morning show, I did say, Gargi was there, I did say that
You said.
Every chance that this is a game of uncertainty. So miracle do happen, and India is looking to be favorable, because Bangladesh means, how can you, if a test match which is only lasted for 2, considering that it will be a full day tomorrow, only 35 overs were bowled on day 1, and you end up losing. If you end up losing, it will be symbolic as far as Bangladesh cricket is concerned. But obviously shifting our focus to the Indian batters means you should give credit to Rohit Sharma, especially those 2 sixes. at the start of the innings. Means there was clearly a positive intent the way Indians started. And then Yashasvi Jaiswal, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, everyone contributed, and Bangladesh had no clue whatsoever. And what was going on? Means they were playing as if they were playing T20 cricket. So and means obviously. India, the way they are playing, it looks like that Bangladesh will be bowled out. Means and India might have to chase not much than 150 to 160. I think. Not, if Bangladesh even if Bangladesh bat to brilliantly, I don't see them posting a target of 150 to 160.
Gargi, can India win?
No, I completely agree with Devashish. Is that I see the match getting over pretty soon, maybe tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow is the fifth match. I see the match getting over, and tomorrow is the fifth day. Sorry, not fifth match. But Bangladesh already trailing by 26 runs. I don't think they'll have to chase. India will have to chase any more than 150 runs, like Devashish said. That's my prediction as well, and I day of play, I think we'll have a result. Nothing much to say about that.
So both Gargi and Devashish predict India will chase about 150, which means Bangladesh will get bowled out for 210 or approximately 25, 210. So they are actually talking about another 180-85 runs, which means close to 2 sessions. Which, if these two are right in their prediction, then India gets the third session to close things out. And if they chase 150 in session 3, they can close things out, is what two of my colleagues are saying. Trisha, you want to comment on that?
Yeah,
Tell me.
120 all out, Bangladesh.
Trisha is saying Bangladesh 120 all out, which means India is chasing 50. So that means the match is over by T.
You know what the most dangerous part about all of this is? That the Indian bowlers have had 2 days of rest and they're coming back fresh. Is what I'm thinking.
Ravichandran Ashwin on day 5 is anyway a handful. Ravichandran Ashwin was spinning the ball like anything today, middle and then going away. Don't be surprised if Ash once again picks a fifer and gets his tally close to 530 wickets and starts gradually scaling that 600 peak and gets closer to Anil. So Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja.
Do you think Ashwin will cross Anil?
Yes, Ashwin will 100% cross Anil Kumble is my prediction. If Ashwin plays for the next 2 to 3 years of Test cricket, which is what he wants to do, I don't think he will play white ball, even a single more match. So I think Ashwin will continue for 2.5, 3 years. If he continues, then yes, he will be India's #1 wicket-taking bowler. And then 620 plus wickets with 700s. Will you give him the tag of the best all-rounder ever? Because that's the question. I mean, Kapil Paji, yes, but will Ashwin be ranked right there as an equally good all-round option that India had? Tomorrow, we've got to set this up, but redefining batsmanship. Gargi, were you surprised? I was, when Yashasvi Jaiswal, Rohit Sharma, I was in my heart of hearts thinking this will happen, but when I saw it happening, I was like, wow, this is the Gautam Gambhir, Rohit Sharma era.
No, I wasn't surprised at all. This is exactly what I was expecting, because you had 2 days of game left. What's the worst that can happen? It's not that India was going to get all out. Might as well go in and go big or go home at this point. They don't even have to go home because only 2 days of play, and you don't expect Bangladesh to bowl out India at this point. They're far too strong for that team. And Yashasvi Jaiswal, this is exactly the kind of batting that we always see from him, and I was expecting the same. And you know what happens when Rohit Sharma sees someone go bang bang from one end, something happens to Rohit Sharma as well, and he goes even more bang bang. And we've seen him batting with the strike rate of 200 today, and this is the best batting I've ever seen. One of the best batting.
Devashish, I'll give you the last words. We keep using the word intent.
Yeah,
What was intent from India?
100%. And what it does is that the approach of the Indian team completely unsettled the Bangladeshi team. Means obviously they looked at it, wow, what on earth is happening? Means fast over Yashasvi Jaiswal.
অভিজ্ঞতা সঞ্চয় করেছে
একদম কোনো সমস্যা নাই, অভিজ্ঞতা সঞ্চয় করতে এসছে একদম। What it does for Bangladesh is, means obviously and that 3 boundaries of Yashasvi, Rohit Sharma, those 2 sixes, and all of a sudden they were thinking, "Are hoccheta ki? Are এটা করছে কি?" একদম যেটা মানে এখানে all they can say is now is কোনো সমস্যা নাই। আমরা
It
আমরা
is a
এসছি,
word. It is a
অভিজ্ঞতা
word.
সঞ্চয় করে আমরা বাড়ি যাবো। Symbolic. After that high against Pakistan in Pakistan, this perhaps if Bangladesh goes on to lose this test match, it has to be one of the lowest in their history. Means when you have 35 overs on day one, 3 days gets washed away, you come on day four, and all of a sudden you are staring at a defeat. Means obviously symbolic.
To finish off, fastest 50, fastest 100, fastest 150, fastest 200 in test cricket. India has redefined everything tonight or today. Can they win this test match tomorrow? The important thing is all of a sudden a dead test match has come back alive, and everyone will sit in front of their mobile phones and TV screens and the ground expecting a miraculous Indian win. And this team has shown they can do that. And today we saw intent. The 2 hours or 2.5 hours. Again, by the way, 98 overs of cricket, not 90, because the half an hour will be added. 8 extra overs will be added. So that gives India that little bit extra time as well. 2.5 hour session before lunch. Can India pick up 4-5 wickets? If they do, then it's game done. And with Ashwin and Bumrah and Siraj and Akashdeep and Jadeja, you have to say India is looking to do something miraculous. Gargi Raut, your thoughts? Winning? India winning?
Will they win? Yes. Yes.
India winning. Devashish Sen, India winning.
Winning by 10 wickets. Whatever the
Devashish
target
says,
is, India will.
Gargi Raut says winning. Look at the smiles on their faces. We finish off this show hoping that their predictions come true. We also finish off this show hoping that this kind of knee-jerk reaction in Indian football will stop at some point in time, because it was not perhaps the right move. We've got to see what Bino George does. But does Bino George have that Aladdin's magic wand to change the fortunes of East Bengal? Only time can tell. Thank you very much for watching.